Hello all, welcome back to Artisan of Glimmith. I'm Key of W, and we're, I guess, endgame stuff now. We've done all the main windows, now we're just making them better. So you restore windows, that's the point of the game. If you've been watching all these videos up till now, you already know that. But if you restore a bit more with the puzzles, you get silver, and then gold, and then finally, because we have hidden puzzles available to us from beating the game, we can bejewel the windows. So I've been putting silver on all the windows at least because we really didn't go that far before. So I'm going to go to some new areas, and by new areas I mean places that aren't silver yet. So I'm going to head over here to the match windows. I'm going to try to make this one silver. It's not going to take that many puzzles, so we'll just do this real quick. Let's grab some easy ones, because while I'm doing easy puzzles, I know I can do them quickly, so I can do a lot of puzzles in every video. Alright, so I just need to have a ring with a single piece sticking out. That's what I need. And so this will be pretty easy. This is the ring here. This is the ring there. And this is the ring here. Alright. That's got to be there. All regions are the same shape. Oh dear. Well, let's start. We have to go this far at least. I wonder if it's going to be... It's not going to be mirror imaged, is it? How do I get... through here? Because this has to touch a die. It's not going to touch that one. It's not going to touch that one. Is it just going to be this one? Yeah, it can't be that one. They all going to be the same shape. This might be the shape. It could be. I think this is the shape. Yes, this is it. I just had to think for a second. It's this shape. Because then we do it that way and this way. Alright. How about this? All regions must be one of these shapes, but we all must be the same shape. So obviously 3 of these regions can't be it. So let's start ruling them out. This T shape here cannot be it because... Oh no, it fits this way. It fits this way. Okay, we didn't rule a T shape out. It cannot be this. This 3x2 is obviously out. Now, this would be the shape here, or this. Let's see. How about this one? Can I rule this one out? I think I could rule that out because this is the only way to put the S shape in. It's nice it says the word lost. The S shape here would be... there. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do it with the S shape. So is it the L shape? Can't be that. Right, this is an L shape. Yeah, that's fine. But then we have a problem here, unless I do it this way. I think it's just the L shape. Yeah, it's just the L shape. It worked out. Alright. Once again, grabbing easy stuff means I do more puzzles faster. L pentomino, Y pentomino, C pentomino. L, C, Y. Where would I put where? A little bit trickier to suss out immediately. Well, I know the C shape. Well, C shape could go in this spot. I think it is a C shape, actually. It's this. Yeah, this is the type of puzzle where you just kind of have to see it all at once, which I guess is okay, but it does mean you can't, like, logically work it out. Decade of Splendor. Turn 10 windows silver. I'm reading off my achievements because my OBS is not capturing the actual screen, it's just capturing game recording. So if you hear the achievement sound, it's me, and it's because I'm solving these puzzles like I am. Let's see, another one I could make silver over here. I bet I can do quickly. I just need 7 more puzzles. Yeah, let's grab some easy ones. Some 1s and 2s, just get them out of the way. This is the area number section, that's what it is. So area number, yeah, we got to make a 5 out of this. The 2 is going to be pretty obvious here. This 5 cannot attach to that 5, it would overload. So we've got this going on. I've got that going on. This is complete. We got a 5 there, and we've got a 5 here. Nice. How about you? Let's get a little closer, see what we're looking at here. We've got some fishing poles set up for nobody. 26 and 26. How big is this set? This is 6 by 6, which is 36, so these both must be part of the same region. But not those. So we've got to bring... Oh, so we've got a little maze going on here. Let me just make sure I mark off the spots. I can only have 10 spots that aren't on this. So I'm going to bring that out. Bring that out. Mark it here and there. So we've got to come through here. Okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can only have a bit more. I have to have 8, 9, and then one of these two. Has to be not this one because it blocks all that off. Has to be that guy. So the rest of this has to be the blue zone. Nice. Good puzzle. 8, 10, 6. Well, we have 25 spaces here. So 10, 6, and 8 together make 24. So obviously every number has to be with all of its same number. So the 6 has to all be part of one unit. The 8 has to all be part of one unit. Don't know how exactly they're going to bend. Actually, it's possible they don't do this. So I think the 10 is now set just by doing this. Yeah, so the 6 is indeed here, and it must go there and there. The 8 now takes everything but the one space, which is a single. 10. We have 5 by 4, we have 20, so we could make this... in fact, we can't make this the same because it will be far more than 10 spaces. And also they're on the other side of a border, duh. So this 10... Can it take that much? No. I'm trying to think. So this 10 must come through here, I suppose? No, because then it can't take any of these other spots. This 10, yeah, if this 10 moves upward, we're now blocked from this space. Right? So we can't cut it off here. We'd have to bring down this way, right? To cover at most, which would mean we would be forced into this area. And this would actually make us have nowhere to go. So we'd have to do it this way. This would cut off this region. We wouldn't have anywhere else to go. Therefore, the 10 can't, this blue one I'm setting can't go up, has to go this way. Now we have to have the red region here and there, which means we'd have to set it up like so. What if I set this up here? I think this is how you set it up. You just have mirror regions of each other. Okay. Well, this one is set to be an elbow. That's the only way to make 3 in this region. So Gemini forces us to make another elbow. So we got 2 of those to start. Now this domino could move leftward just fine because the triomino is automatically a different region. This is a 3 region. It can't be an elbow. If I make this an elbow, I have to put an elbow here. It's going to touch the 4, and the 4 would be a larger thing. So it must, in fact, be a regular triomino, which does satisfy this condition. And then this must move up so we don't touch the 4. This 4 could be an S shape or an L shape. Probably not an S shape, because that would force another S shape here. So it's probably an L shape, which means this is our setup up here. This is really the only way we can do it. See? And then we can't touch it here, so we'll just have a singleton piece, and then we'll make another L there. That's too hard. I'm scared. Okay, so we got 3s and 2s here. Well, this 3 is actually set right here. This elbow is forced because we can't touch the 2. So we got to have elbows here. The domino is set as well, which is going to force this elbow. So we have another elbow there, which can't touch that. So if this elbow doesn't move rightward, then this 3 doesn't have enough space. So this is the elbow here. So far, so good. This 4 must move up into this space at the very least. This 4 is going to touch this Gemini, and it's going to touch that piece. Is it? Doesn't have to. if the 4 touches this space, it's got to touch these. Well, the 3 can't move upward. So we've got that at very least. Which means you have to have an elbow at the very least here, which is going to bend down that way. Huh. Is that right? Because we have a bend in here. We can't have an S piece because now an S piece doesn't fit there. So this is an L. This is also an L. Which means I have to fit an L here. It's got to go through that. This way would work just fine. No, it wouldn't, because the 3's got to go somewhere now. So the 3's got to bend into there. Oh, this is broken. I can't do that. I could put an S piece like this. Now how do I do an S piece here? It's got to be the same piece here. What if it's singles? Does this do anything? Like it sets me up here. Yeah, that's it. I've got it. Weird one. 10, same thing. How many pieces we got here? We got 4 by 7. That's 28. Take 2 pieces out. We got 26. So we got 10, 10, and then these 2 have to be the only thing. So I've got to make the exact same symbols while blocking off. Huh. Right? Like this is guaranteed. So how do I make these go? I wonder if it is making parallel. Oh, hold on. No. Right, it can't go that way. The red has to continue down this direction. If I did it. Because I was thinking, is there any way I could make it like this sort of thing? But I can't. It has to be like this. Is this right? Yes, I think this is the right amount of space. Yeah, that's it. Interesting. And now we have a silver window up here. Let's do another one. Over this way, I suppose. There's another window. Let's see if this helps. What was the rule set in this area? Palisades. No! That's right. It's a Palisade rule. I don't like this rule. Alright. Well, we have 2 regions entirely. Let's start. This region's got to extend there. We've got to extend out. So from there, we've got... These both have to be cyan. That's got to extend. So red's got to go this way. And then it can't go here, so it's got to come through there. Cyan's got to come through there and there. It looks like we got to go through this way as well. Well, this one's not turning out to be very difficult. It's just using the rule set I don't like. And that should be that. No, it should be this. Alright. This part of Palisades? Yes, it is. Okay, well that's got to be part of one region. This has to be, yeah, now we have to do this. We have to do that, and we have to make a corner out of this. Couple options here, right? No, we have to do that. So we have to make the corner here. And then this has to be the corner. And then we can't go anywhere from there. Great. Perfect. So now this other region has to go here like that. And we just put a little piece down there. Anything else down in this area? Let's grab this little guy here. Got a dead end. All right. Well, then the dead end's not going to move this way because then the S piece would be here. So that's that. The dead end can't move down. It can because it's going to be part of the P space. This S can't move down because it's also going to do that. So this is the S. I think we have that pretty set. Can't make this be part of that at all, right? No, we can. We can totally do that. Can't bring it this way because any way of making the piece is going to do it. So we have to block it here. This can't move down ever because then it would break the Palisade. So it's got to be this. So then this has to be its own section. This has to be part of the P, its own section. The cross piece really has nowhere to go except right here. That's that. The only way to make this piece work now is through here. Kind of looks like I gotta do that. Then I can just block this in. We're good. All right. Is this Palisades? It might be. Might be part of a different window. Let's see. I'll count it. See, we've got 21 puzzles so far. If I do this puzzle right here. It's got to be that. That's going to be that. That's going to be that. And so now we've got to have domino there. This has to be a domino, which means that's a domino. If this is a domino, we have a problem in that section, so we got to have that. There. 22. Yeah, this is Palisade section. Let's do it. Okay. All regions must be this shape. How would I make this work? I know how I'd make this work with the Y shape. That's how I'd make it work. Right? This means I have to have a T-junction of some kind. So I have to do this, and I have to do that. This is the only wall. I have to do it this way. Ah, there's the T shape, or the Y shape there. This is how we go here. Gotta bring it in, gotta bring it in, and we're good. All regions must be a P shape. Well, the only way to do a dead end here, these three blockages force me to do that. Or, sorry, do this. This has to be one. This has to be one. That's got to be. I think from here we can just solve the puzzle like so. Yeah, stop. There we go. All right, how about you, my friend? All regions must be S or O shapes. Well, corner pieces can't be... Oh, no, they can be part of S shapes. They can be easily part of S shapes. Doggone it. How do I rule anything out? Well, putting an S shape here would... Can't go that way. That would break it, so it would be this. This doesn't break anything yet. O shape would be interesting. Am I supposed to just start and see what I go, or am I supposed to be able to look at this and figure out exactly what it would be? If I had an O shape here, I would have to put S shapes there. Like, so what if I do this? Put another O shape there. Does this cause a problem? No. Ah, these are dead ends now, so I'd have to do... I see, yeah, you can't have a dead end there. You can't do that. So I guess we can do something like this. Like, well, if I put this here, we would have to do corners like this. And then we'd have to do corners here as well, which would force dead ends into there. So I think I would have to know that this is an S piece. Actually, if these are S pieces here, they have to be this corner, which means these have to be corner pieces, which can't move in that way, right? Because we need to have, if these are corner pieces, they have to move in this way. And now I have 6. So I think these have to be O pieces. And then how would I make this work? That's got a dead end. It would be here, and then that's got a dead end. So no to that as well. Is there any way these can be O's? Don't think so, but if they're S's, they have to be like this. That forces O there and there, doesn't it? Because this is bad. This is bad. That's bad. Okay, I'm missing something obvious that should be happening here. This here. Like I cannot do this. This is a dead end up there. This has to have both of those. So there's that. But then here, I'm in trouble. So we've got to have this instead. What's this do for me? This does this for me. Alright. Do I have a case with this? No, I don't. This doesn't work. So this would have to be an O. This would have to be an O. I think this solves the puzzle. That was kind of irritating. Okay, singles, 2x2, 3x3. This is a corner piece, so it's more than a single. It can't be a 3x3 because a 3x3 would, I'll show you, it would create a problem there. So this has to be a 2x2. This guy, oh, these must always be part of a 3x3. Both of these and that one. This piece could be part of the 3x3, or it could be a 2x2. Same here, this would be a 3x3. This can't be a 3x3, it must be part of a 2x2. Therefore, we must have a corner somewhere here. If I were to suppose a corner here, this would cause a problem. Because the only place to put the 3x3 would be this way, and it would be a corner there. So it's not that unless I did 3x3, but now that's not a corner, that's a dead end. So this has to be joined like so. This corner, it can't be a single because it's got a corner. It can't be a 2x2 because then this is a dead end. So this is our first 3x3 set. This 3x3 can either be here. Now that causes a corner here, causes a corner there, so this must be the 3x3 there. I believe this is that. So let's set up and then let's put a bunch of singles. Okay. Well, this is set. And we definitely have the 3x3 there. This is a corner piece and a dead end. So dead end, it can't move into there because then this corner piece would force a move here. The only shape it would be that. So we must block it and make that shape. Must make that shape. Now this is the forced O shape there. You have to move out. Would you move out any further? We can't put an O shape here, because then we have nowhere to do this. So this shape actually can't move down at all. It must move across. Forcing another O shape here, and another one of these. Let's see. This would be a problem. I've got 11 spaces left. Oh, it's here. This is it. Nice. So where are we on this window? So close. Almost done with Palisades. Don't like Palisades. All regions must be L shapes. Okay. So corners of L shapes, either that or that. That's really kind of all we got going. We have that as well. We just can't block that one off. So that's the corner. That's how we're going to do this. We can't block it out. This has to be a dead end. So it could be that. It could be that. This has to go through. That's got to be a dead end. So it could be here. Actually, it's probably not. If it's here, we have a problem. So that's got to go there. And we're good. How about this one? Corners, corners. Ah, we just have triominoes, straight lines and elbows. This has to be the straight line. That's got to be a straight line. This is straight line one of those directions. Corners forces an elbow. Just thinking in my head, thinking in my head. I can't have a green piece here because it would either go that way or that way. So this must be elbow. Now, does it go here? If it goes down, it can't move right. It have to move that way. Then we'd have to have that. But it could also just be that piece. I can't put a green... Oh, sorry, I know that's blue. Can't put a green piece here because it causes a problem there. So I know this is blue. And it can't move up because then it moved this way. We have a dead end there. So it does have to move that way. This has to be the blue piece here. If I did this, we would have to have 3 across. We'd have 2 spaces left over. So we do have to have green there, and then elbows here. This is the corner piece, so that's that, and I believe we have that puzzle solved. And we have another silver window. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's grab one more puzzle just for fun. Let's see. I don't want something too hard. I'm just going to go back and grab something like this. Okay. Just randomly jumping around. We've got to have eye shapes or this 2x3 shape. All right, fine. Well, I know the eye shape is going to go here. The reason I know that is you can't fit a 2x3 shape in any way because, first of all, these deltas, but second, they're the borders. We were in trouble. So we have eye shapes here. Eye shape is going to force either this way, that doesn't work, or that way. That's good. Now this eye shape can go here or it can go there. It can't because of the rose windows. So we are starting with these eye shapes. And I don't think there's any way around that. All right, let's put some borders in some spots we can see. This one's going to force an eye shape here, at least those 3 spaces. Actually, all of them, because we can't put a 2x3 down there. So we do have to put a 2x3 here, which is forced into that space. That's the eye space now. I believe these are all required. Now this also needs to be an eye shape. It needs to take that, so it takes this. This has got to be a 2x3 shape. Because of that, we have an eye shape here, which cannot move leftward. Must move that way. We got to have a 2x3. The only thing that grabs everything is there. Puts another eye shape in that spot. Got to have a 2x3 here. This is the only way we can do it, which means we need another one here. That puts an eye shape there and a 2x3 here. That's the only way that works. This has got to be... This corner piece here can't be an eye shape in any direction, so it must be this. The question is, does it go up or does it go around? We'll see. I know this has to be eye shape. Because this is eye shape. This would break the puzzle. Because now we can't put an eye shape here. We'd have to move the the big block over, and now there'd be an eye shape here without a square piece in it. So we have to move it down. That's going to set this piece. This piece now can only touch that square, puts another one here, and it has to touch there. And there. It's the only way we can reach, which means we have to have an eye shape here. It has to go that way. It kind of looks like we just need 2 of these now. And in this area, I believe it's a pretty simple fix. And that's the puzzle. Lovely. Another 4. Rows, windows, polyominoes. And this looks interesting. This is an 8 shape. This is a 9 shape. This is a 10 shape. Wait, how much we got here? 5 by 9. 5 by 5. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 by 7. 63. Well, we've got 4 regions to make and only 3 of them restricted like so. I see. Well, I suppose I can start with this one. The shapes are large and complicated, so it's a little tricky to figure out how I would do it. But if I said that this piece here was one of the end points, like this is a potential end point, right? But now it's got way too many of these other symbols. If I said, rotating the shape just creates the same shape. So if I said instead it was the one on the right, now I believe we won't have all the symbols. If I said it was the one on the bottom, we're going to run out of space. If I said it was one on the left, I believe we're going to really be screwed here. Hold on. One on the left, we would be screwed. So it's got to be part of the central square. Now, if it says the top left piece of the square, we would have this. If I said it was the top right of the square, we would have that. If it says the bottom left, that collects all the shapes. If it was the bottom right, yeah, I think the only version that works, I had to try them all for my brain. The only version that works is this. Now I've got to find a way for this shape to get everything and that shape. Now, this shape can't go here. It can't be this, but it could be this. Now, how would this shape work? Does this shape work at all now? Is there a different way to do this one? Don't know if there's a different way to do this shape. There's always got to be a 4 across somewhere. This way? This way does it. No, because now this is a challenge. Also, whatever is this area has to cut through here. So it's possible there's another way to do this shape. How would I do it? Oh, I can also mirror the shape. I'm not just rotating, I can mirror the shapes. If I mirror it, that's the sort of thing. Yeah. That's the thing I can do. Like this. Does this now work? Yeah, this now works because I can do this shape. And then the rest of it is just going to be its own shape. That was a tricky one. All right, I like that puzzle. Let's end on that puzzle because I liked it. Cool. Thanks for joining this very chaotic way to play through a puzzle game. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.